If you've been following me for a while, you may have heard me discuss made-in cookware. And today I am extremely proud to have the opportunity to work with this company. So today I'm gonna show you how I cook some of my favorite dishes in these pans and overall why I know they're a great buy. Let's get straight into it, my friends. Now let's go! So I actually got turned on to made-in cookware from some chefs that I love and follow, like Grant Achatz from Chicago's Alinea and Eric Rupert from La Bernardine in New York City. These are both 3 Michelin star restaurants and they're using these pans. That should tell you something. Voila. Man, these pans are so beautiful. So like, I know these days, finding quality cookware and knowing what to buy can get super confusing, and I understand. You know, and if you're looking for somewhere to start, I would honestly just recommend getting these 2 pans. You got one stainless steel frying pan, one non-stick frying pan. This will cover so many of your basic pan frying needs. I'm gonna quickly go over the features of both of these pans so you fully understand what you're getting, and then I will go straight into a cooking tutorial where I will show you how to make the best steak and eggs ever. We're gonna make an incredible French omelet using the made-in non-stick pan, and in the stainless steel frying pan, I'm gonna show you how to make a simple and incredible ribeye steak. Starting with this stainless steel frying pan. When I'm looking to buy a pan, I'm looking at value against price. And one thing I know about these pans for sure from using them for years now, they are extremely durable, and that's why all those 3 Michelin star restaurants have also chose them. Can you find a cheaper pan? Yes, of course you can, but trust me, those companies are cutting corners and they are not using the same 5-ply stainless steel that this made-in cookware uses. And they know that, so obviously this pan will come with a lifetime warranty. You'll also get free shipping and returns, obviously, if you order with made-in cookware. And so when I'm cooking in a new pan, what I'm looking for is even heat distribution, meaning this whole pan will heat up beautifully and evenly, instead of having weird hot spots like some cheaper, thinner pans will have. You can get this pan in 8 inches, 10 inches, or 12 inches, which is the biggest size. You know, and if you got the largest size, you could fit a whole spatchcock chicken in there. It's pretty big. You know, a lot of people may be concerned with the metal handle, thinking it's gonna get too hot, but it's actually built not to do that, and I have not had that problem at all. This pan is a no-brainer. It's gonna last a lifetime. It's gonna bring you so much joy. And I will say, compared to competitors, value for price, meaning what you pay for this and what you get, I think is definitely top. Now, moving on to the glorious non-stick pan. I love this pan so much. So the first thing I want to note about this non-stick frying pan is there is no PFOA. It is 100% non-toxic and safe. That's the first thing you need to understand, as there's a little confusion around that subject. And unfortunately, cheaper companies are using harmful products in their non-stick material. So Made In is saying, and I believe them, that this will last 10 times longer than other competitors' non-stick frying pans and 70 times longer than ceramic non-stick. So take that into account. Again, with that point, we're back to durability, man. How long is your pan gonna last? Like, what am I paying? What am I gonna get out of it? That's how I think about it. So obviously non-stick eggs is amazing. You can literally cook anything in here. I use it a lot for eggs, but also fish. I know a lot of you will struggle cooking fish at home in a stainless steel frying pan. It's not the easiest thing to do. Those restaurants, La Bernardine, 3 Michelin star, they're cooking fish right now in a 3-star restaurant using these exact pans because it's just foolproof. So if you're pescatarian, you eat a lot of fish and you have trouble with it, get this pan. It will solve all your problems. It's also oven safe up to 500 degrees, so you can definitely put this in a really hot oven. And talk about an easy cleanup. That's another reason I absolutely love this pan. A lot of the times I will just take a paper towel, wipe it out, it's clean, it's ready to go. And if it does get a little dirty, just some warm soapy water. I'd never use the scratchy side of the sponge. You never need to. It'll just wipe out like with one little wipe. It's easy. And so under this beautiful non-stick coating is that same 5-ply stainless steel you will find in the other stainless steel pan. And so other competitors will hide cheap materials under their non-stick coating, but Made-in cookware does not do that. There is quality underneath this coating. I will bring up a little bit more about these pans as we go, but right now I want to get straight into this cooking tutorial. So I just have a nice thick cut ribeye here. What I always like to do with steak or meat of any kind is just hit it with a little bit of oil. This kind of acts like a binder, and that is really going to help the next step, which is all this seasoning stick. This is just some nice sea salt. You can use kosher salt, whatever you like. And a little bit of Sergeant Gilbert. Reporting for duty, that's just black pepper. And when you go to do the other side, just dip that fat cap a little bit like so, and repeat on the other side. Now, as my pan is heating up here, I'm just gonna do a touch of neutral oil. Neutral oil is any oil that doesn't have a strong flavor and usually has a high smoke point. This is just avocado oil. That's one of my favorite oils for high heat cooking. And this pan's heating up, right? It's on full whack. But as it's heating up, I'm gonna drop the fat cap in here. Fat cap down first. We're gonna render some of that fat out and then drop the steak down in its own fat. I've actually turned this down to about medium heat because these pans get so hot so fast. When we got some nice color on the fat, we'll drop it. So about 2.5 minutes, we got a beautiful sear. Go ahead, give it a flip. Now we'll sear another minute and reduce the heat. Reduce the heat all the way to low, drop some unsalted butter. And when that butter starts to foam like this, go ahead and baste. If I'm doing a steak at night, I might be adding garlic, thyme, shallot. But I like to keep it simple for breakfast. Really just taste the steak and the eggs. So I'm gonna baste this steak until it hits about 115 internal. And then we'll take it out, and as it rests, we'll make the omelet. And then when the omelet's done, we'll simply reheat this in the same butter and slice it up. That way everything is perfect at the same time. Now for the French omelet, some tarragon and some chives. And with the chives, we're just gonna slice once, very thin. And what I've done here is just taken a little damp paper towel, wrapped it around the chive, and that really helps to keep it compact and sliced nicely. A true test of any chef, few things. Slicing chives, scrambling eggs, maybe slicing shallots. I'm doing okay. I probably used to be better at this. Really sharp knife is key. And with the tarragon here, we're just gonna strip these leaves off like so. Tarragon can bruise pretty easily, so we're just gonna slice through it quickly once. So I'll sort of ball that up a little bit like so. And we'll just do one nice thin slice through. If there's some bigger pieces, it's really okay. Now since my non-stick pan is so big, I'm gonna do a 3 or 4 egg omelet. I think doing 3 eggs is pretty important anyway. But since my pan is big, I'm just gonna do 1 more. Now pretty simple, all our herbs go in with the eggs. By the way, do whatever kind of herbs you like here. Chives and tarragon, some of my favorite, with eggs, so I'm doing that. Now simply just give it a little whisk. And what's cool about this, as these eggs cook and warm up, those herbs are gonna get bright green, really beautiful. Okay, real quick, before you make this, if you're gonna do it the way I do it, what I've taken is some boursin cheese and put it inside of a piping bag. And so right before we roll up that omelet, I'm gonna cut the end here and squeeze out a nice tube of this soft goat cheese in the middle of the omelet. You could also definitely use a Ziploc bag if you don't have a piping bag. Okay, here we go, non-stick perfection. Just putting that a little below medium. Now, good bit of unsalted butter in that pan, about 1.5 tablespoons. Now, when that butter's almost melted, drop those eggs. And immediately you want to start moving this constantly. Just like this. Just keep moving them. When we make a French omelet, it's like starting with a soft scramble like this and then rolling it up. So we'll cook this a little more. And right about here, stop mixing. They're just starting to come together. And so now what's happened is the bottom of this omelet is starting to harden up, so we'll be able to roll it up. Now it's been about 30 seconds. Boursin cheese straight in the middle. One nice long tube like so. And so we want to cook this with no color. Now, see it's moving? I know it's free, so I can just begin rolling this up like so. And so now when I get to this point, what I'm doing is hitting my hand like this, and that's gonna bring up that other side of the omelet. You see that? It's coming out. Now we can get in there with a spatula and just fold it over like so. Boom. Heat off, and just let that sit in the pan about 30 seconds. Have your plate ready, shaky shake, and you're gonna invert this omelet onto the plate like so. Now check it out, we're not done yet. I'm gonna take that butter paper. Notice how I didn't put any salt yet in this omelet? I'm gonna butter the top, gonna give it a beautiful shine. And now I'm going in with some maldon salt right on top. I'm telling you, this is how you get the most tender omelet. And now over here, we'll finish with our beautiful medium rare ribeye. Oh my gosh, how is that for steak and eggs? And again, with these pans, I'll just take a sponge. The only place I need to clean is right here where the handle's attached. I didn't even use soap. I'll wipe it out, and that is a clean pan. Let's break into this omelet. Nice and wet, juicy, jiggly. That's the cheese coming out. Don't worry, it's not egg. Let's try this steak first. By the way, my friends, I can't attack my landlord's fridge because I don't want to get kicked out of this house. But the fridge that I put work into is on the way. So for now, just enjoy some reruns. And the eggs. Ooh, the eggs. Just one thing I encourage people to do. Just start cooking your eggs a little less. I'm not saying you have to eat it like this, but just ease into it. Look, I used to eat my eggs cooked all the way, all the time. Until I was like probably 21. I'm telling you, once you go this way, you just can't go back. Again, thank you so much to Made In for sponsoring this post. It was a no-brainer as I have been promoting the company Made In without working with them just because I love their products. And I have a very special offer for you that makes these pans even more desirable. Just click the link in my bio and use code THATDUDE at checkout to save your 15%. Thanks again to Made In for sponsoring this post, and until next time, my friends, you know I love you and I'm out.